everyone, thanks for joining me. So I have a 24 by, I think it's a 14-inch, it's custom cut board, and I have covered it in black paint, Artist Loft's Ivory Black mixed with Floetrol and water. And I know there somebody does a ghost pour. I'm going to call this the reflection pour, because instead of doing everything this way and everything this way, I'm going to do two at a time. The colors I'm going to use are really simple. I'm going to have silver, some gold. In the gold, I did mix this super fine glitter. I'm not sure if that's going to show up. And then just some white, little bit of white. Once that's done, I will then be gold leafing, and finally some resin. So let's begin with the silver. I'm just going to do thin line down the middle, and then I'm going to do the white. And then some gold. I think I'm going to do 2 lines of gold. One like this, and then one like this. I can see the glitter, so I'm really hoping that shows up when it dries. Okay. So I have tons of paint cards. I'm going to use 2 each time. And from the middle, I am just going to swipe both. I guess it's going to use a lot of cards. I'm not going to swipe the whole way each time. I'm going to vary it, and I'm kind of going to overlap each one. Interesting. Let's get some clean ones. If my big head went in the camera, then I'm so sorry. See how this is, why I'm calling this a reflection pour? It's because I'm doing both at the same time. No cells are forming, which I'm glad about, because, and I can see the glitter. I am going to be gold leafing aspects of this. And you'll see that in the next step. I'm going to try and drag some of that gold up. Okay, so the other thing I'm going to do is create a specific line, because I want it to be kind of mirrored, reflectioned. I'll torch it. I'm just going to go over this. I guess I have to do the 2 together, because otherwise it won't seem like a reflection. And I'm going to put a tiny bit of gold here. And I'm going to do these again because I don't like the way it's curved. I want it like straight. And I'm going to add some gold, just try and do a really thin line. There. And it's better. That one, straight. Okay, I think that's good. I like that. Strange how some cells are coming out and in other places no cells are going to come out. Well, I suspect as this sits and dries, it's going to have some more reactions. At some point I'm going to do the same thing, but the opposite way around, with a white background and some black, gold and silver. All right, so we'll come back when this is dry. I am now going to use my gold leaf. I have gold leaf adhesive here, and I do highly recommend that you use this. You can use all kinds of glue, but this is definitely the best. This is by Speedball, and the way this works is you actually have to let it dry on the canvas, which dries really quickly, before you apply the leaf. So I'm going to use a fan brush because I want to kind of create like a kind of stripy look. And what the gold leaf will do, as you will see when it's finished, is reflect the swipe in the background. So this is going to have 3 layers, actually 4 layers. There's the background, which is black. There's the swipe, which in this case I've used gold and silver and white. And then we have the gold leaf stage. So I'm going to just apply that. And then after that, we have the resin layer. So it is a 4-layer painting. And it's probably hard for you to see this right now, because this kind of looks invisible, but this is really good for doing in areas that you can select the areas you want to put the gold leaf and have little or a lot, like this is kind of ugly, fugly piece there, and down here, and so I'm going to get on and finish this, and then we will apply the gold leaf. Okay, now the gilding adhesive is dry. I'm going to apply the gold leaf, and it is higher in some areas than others. This doesn't have to be a terribly neat application because it's going to be burnished with a brush. Let's get rid of this off my fingers, and it is sticky, so I advise you not to do any resin in the room while you are applying the adhesive. And the gold leaf flies everywhere. My gold leaf is all down, and then what I like to do is take these tissue paper sheets that come between each sheet of gold leaf and put those over the top and just roll that down. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to leave this for approximately an hour to make sure it's really adhered down to my painting, and then we will be back and remove the gold leaf. And first of all, I remove it with a big stippling brush and gather all my pieces in my leaf bag. And this actually only has gold in it now, but I'm going to use this for mixed colors, silver leaf and the speckled multicolor rose gold leaf. So, do this, and then we'll come back and remove the gold foil. If you can hear me, I brought you outside for this bit because it is so much better to do this outside because the gold leaf flies everywhere. So I'm using my stippling brushes, which are really hard, stubbly brushes, to take off the excess. Inside, I gently took off like the big pieces that I could save. But this is just kind of dusty bits. I hope you can see how this is coming out. Yeah, you can. Just checking in the camera. So by using that fan brush, it kind of creates like a stripy effect, which gives it more of a reflective aspect. Oh, this is so great. You know, how I get my ideas is, well, inspiration from other artists, but then there are certain materials that I like to work with, and I think, how can I incorporate that and that and that to come up with something a little bit different? So that's why I came up with the reflection pour. And it's really the gold leaf that's doing the job, because it's reflecting what's behind it and reflecting above and below. Or mirror image, swipe. I've got the smaller brushes, help get stubborn pieces off. Okay. So you can see that. You can't see it really reflecting right now, but you will once the resin's on. Okay, back indoors. Okie dokie. Now it's the time for it to pop. my resin. I'm gonna go down the sides first, and then the middle. It's like one of those ice, what are they called when they do the ice rinks? Can't remember the name. Anyway, let's spread this out. This resin you mix for 3, what do they say in their brochure? I mix for 5 minutes, regardless, always do. Just in case they say stir for 2 to 3 minutes. So, and then I usually let my resin rest to let some bubbles come to the surface. Sides. And then what I think I'm going to do is use my hands, because that way I can spread it out and I can feel if there's any bits missing. Nothing worse than coming down the next day to your artwork and see you missed a bit of resin. Infuriating. Okay. And pop the air bubbles. I'm going to put that aside, and tomorrow morning we'll do the big reveal. And here it is, it's finished. I wanted to bring it outside so you can see a close-up of how beautifully sparkly and shiny it is. It's stunning. I love it. Anyway, this is going to be on my Etsy store. The link to that is below in the description. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.